Well, I'm out here tracking Zoe, and my signal is putting her in a totally different location than where she was about 2 weeks ago when I last tracked her. Ooh, wow. Yeah, she's not very far away, so let's find her. Oh, look at that. There's the road. The signal is putting her parallel to the road. Look at this old hollow tree. Definitely not here. But take a look at what's right there on the ground. Snakeskin. Looks like rat snake skin to me. So take a look at the rat snake skin and look where I found it. Right underneath this old snag, old hollow snag. What a great place for all kinds of wildlife to live. I don't know if you can see up there, but there's several holes in the tree where a snake could come out and bask on a dead limb. Not only that, the inside of the tree has a nice hollow going all the way up. And I guess you can't see light up there, of course, so that means it's closed at the top, but there are several holes that allow the snakes to go in and out. Birds, bats, squirrels. So there's all kinds of food for rat snakes and all kinds of housing for all kinds of wildlife. What a great place. Well, let's go find Zoe. Okay, so she's really close now. Really close. I wouldn't be surprised if she was resting with her back up against this log that I'm walking on. Sure is putting her right in this area. Oh, there she is, straight in front of me. And she's outstretched on the move. I have a feeling when I get closer, she's going to rattle. She just moved her head a little bit. Okay, I'm going to try to creep over here and look at her incision site. I need to look around and make sure there's no more snakes around here before I sit down. Okay. Now, there she is. I'm only 3.5 feet from Zoe, and she's not rattled. She's not even moved, other than she twitched her head just a little bit. Now, if this doesn't tell you that rattlesnakes are not the evil, mean, scary creatures that many people believe them to be, I don't know what will. Look at her. She's terrified of me. She's holding her position because she's afraid that I'm going to try to hurt her. She's not trying to scare me by rattling. Now, I would say if I got a little bit closer, she would. She's used to me. I think because I've seen her almost every week for the last year, she's become used to the fact that I'm coming around, and maybe I'm just part of her environment. So yes, they can learn. Rattlesnakes can learn. That doesn't mean she won't rattle when she's gotten to that point where she's had enough, because I firmly believe that she will. If I stay here too much longer, she probably will rattle, and that's the point where she's had enough, and that would be her point to tell me, you need to leave now. But for the moment, I think I'm just going to walk over there to the right, sit down by the base of a tree, and see what she does. This will be an interesting experiment in the tolerance level of the rattlesnake, or at least of this rattlesnake. Here we go. Standing up. Nothing yet. Moving to the right. Okay, I moved about 4 feet to the right, sat down, and she never moved. You can see her rattle back there. She's not concerned. Well, maybe it's not that she's not concerned. She's hoping I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave very soon. I just wanted to test and see exactly what she would do. And she's doing nothing but sitting, waiting for me to leave. I hope this changes your view on rattlesnakes, or at least to some degree, that they are not the creature of myth and legend. They're actually a very solitary, docile creature that prefers to be left alone and go about its business controlling rodents, keeping them in a balance. Now, you might be saying, oh my God, you're so close to a rattlesnake. He's going to bite you. No, she's not going to bite me. She couldn't bite me if she wanted to, because there's too many plants in the way. She couldn't get through them, for one thing. She's not in strike position. She's pulled her head back a little bit, so she could strike maybe a few inches if she wanted to. But what I'm more worried about right now are the mosquitoes that are swarming all around me. There's several hundred mosquitoes sucking my blood at this moment, but I'm just ignoring them because I can't believe what I'm seeing. For one, this snake has traveled around a half a mile in the last 2 weeks, up over a mountain, down a ridge, and now she seems to be heading towards the area where she hibernated last winter. We'll find out in the next few weeks if that's where she's going. Another very interesting point is I am only about 100 feet from the woodpile where Utsunati spent many weeks last year and into this year. So this might be a timber rattlesnake highway, this ridge. I'm beginning to believe that it probably is. Really cool information. I've been sitting here at the base of this tree for about 20 minutes, and Zoe has only moved a little bit. And she's not as flat as she was a few minutes ago. I think she's becoming more comfortable with my presence. Now, I could be anthropomorphizing a little bit here, but it does seem that she's calmed down a little bit. You know, she's not as tense appearing. I can see the spot on her side directly in the middle of the screen where she had that injury back in the spring. And it looks to me like it's pretty much healed. See if I can zoom in on it. There it is. I have no idea what happened to her. It's interesting. Maybe something attacked her. I don't know. But it sure looks better than it did before. Okay, well, I've been here long enough. I'm going to leave her alone and go find Utsunati. But first I'm going to stand up and walk back to the left and see how it affects her. Stand up very carefully. No rattle. Not yet. See some tongue flick. She's flicking her tongue. I'm going to try walking around her here to her left. Still no rattle. I mean, I'm really bothering this snake and she is not rattling. She's flattened out more though. Some of you might say, poke it with a stick. I would never do that, not in a million years, because that would be harassment. And what I'm doing right now, she still feels that she's camouflaged. And she still feels that maybe I haven't seen her. And if she stays still, maybe I won't see her and I'll leave. That's interesting. Looks like a red, something red on her rattle. Oops, I dropped leaves right beside her. What is that? Looks like a mite. There's a mite on her rattle. I don't know if it's sucking her blood or just hitching a ride. Little red thing there. I'll have to do a little research into that and find out, because I don't know if they actually prey on snakes or not. That's just really interesting. What a beautiful animal. Alright, I'm going to leave her alone and go find Utsunati. She's decided to move. See what she does. Moving right towards my foot. She's moving directly towards my boot. That's my boot. would say she just has coiled herself into a resting coil. She crawled up, she sniffed my boot. She moved only a foot away, not even that, 10 inches from my boot, and coiled up. Amazing. Is she that comfortable with me that she's just gonna take a nap here? Wow. Maybe she's accepted me. If so, this is amazing. I'm honored. Yet, I'm responsible for putting a transmitter inside her belly. Wow, animals are amazing. Maybe I'm totally interpreting this wrong, but I don't know. Maybe she understands that I'm doing this to try to protect her species. I know some of you out there are laughing right now, but you know, I totally believe that if you work to help instead of hurt, then the energy that is all things will understand that. No matter what religion you are and what you pray to, it's all connected. Okay, now I'm going to have to move because I have to go find Utsunati. I hope it doesn't disturb her too much. But here we go. Very slowly. She stayed put. See you later, Zoe. Now, that was just unbelievable. You saw what happened. She crawled up and sniffed my boot. And then coiled up right beside me. What was that? What was that? That was incredible. That's what that was. I'm just going to have to think about this and process this for a while. I'll get back to you. Well, I've tracked Utsunati back to the power line access way, as usual. He really likes this place, and he's somewhere very close by, right in here. I literally just walked right out of the woods here, and the signal became very strong. Oh, there he is. Straight ahead. Wow. Okay, I walked 3 feet from him. I came down that hill right there. He's right there. There he is. So there's Utsunati, sitting in a resting coil on the surface of the ground, out here in the power line access way. And that is usually where I find him. Well, at least this time of year. So let's leave him here, leave him alone, and head up off this beautiful mountain back to civilization, as we call it. It's so peaceful out here. It really is. And I've had an amazing experience today with Zoe that I still have not thought about enough to really process what happened. But suffice it to say, it was incredible. So, see you later, Utsunati. We'll be back in a week or so. Well, that was one of the greatest days I've had tracking rattlesnakes yet. Wow, what an incredible experience to share such intimate space with a timber rattlesnake. I'll tell you one thing, it's a life-changing moment. It makes me think about the fact that everything that I'm doing here is important. It does have a purpose. Even though A lot of folks might think the best rattlesnake is a dead one. I am more driven now to protect these animals because of what I've seen today. That snake laid there for so long, never rattled, and then crawled towards my boot, sniffed me, coiled up, and assumed a resting posture. That just tells me so much. So I challenge you out there, whoever you are watching this video, if you love wildlife, if you love animals, if you love people, if you have a passion for anything that is worthy, worthwhile, please follow it. Don't take no for an answer. Follow your passion and make it reality. That's what I've done. That's exactly what I've done here at Earthshine. And hopefully you too can follow your dreams and hopefully follow them to where they lead you and make a difference like I'm doing.
Well, the moonlight lights fall this line across the road, and the pond looks like a diamond shining back, but nothing is so clear as the music that I hear coming from the picking shack like a train on the track.